I'm going to be reviewing my CPU today. Not reviewing, showcasing. So let's just get right into it. I'm using the sprint mod to fly really quickly. As you can see, it's 6 times faster. Computer built by me. It's obviously, actually, I consider it finished by now. Outputs in binary, so you're probably like 8-bit computers do not have this many unless it's outputting in binary, so it's either a 1 or a 0 on each cell. 8-bit computer, 8 inputs, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and yeah, so we'll just, these are the inputs, and then there's 2 registers, 2 byte registers, and you can toggle between the two, and each register registers for either an A or B. It'll go into here, and there's a ROM line this way, and you can choose from 10 different functions. Subtract, add implies A implies B, not A, and NAND and OR, and NOR, I forgot that one. Those are basically made from combinations of different OR and NOR functions, and NOT functions, not NOR, NOT. And then, when we were to bring the output out, it would go into output registers, which their outputs would go this way along these lines, and I'm using pistons instead of repeaters here, except for that one, because that was just a little one mistake that I made, because they are half a tick faster. They're 0.5 ticks instead of 1 tick. Then they will go to this binary output display, not a display actually, just notification lights basically, and it shows the processing of the data as it goes along, so these might change as you read different cells. Okay, so now you can decide to read out to these screens any of these numbers between 1 and 9, and if you do that, you are going to have to save different combinations to different RAM cells, which there are 8 RAM cells, and each one is 1 byte, so there's 8 bytes of RAM. Good amount. And it goes out to a display, and as it goes out to this display, we start using repeaters more because I can't really use pistons over here. It'll go out these lines. I could have made a less space in between each line. Technically, I could have brought it in this way a little bit, but whatever. Who cares? I do, a little bit. But, yeah. So, here is the display, and it will change. So, you can only imagine how complicated this is. Not very at all, actually. So, there's one section that will always be turned on, and it is the ones part, which is right here. This part will always be turned on. But if I were to input something, maybe this part would turn off half of it, and the top and the bottom. That would make it 1. So, yeah. That's basically how this whole thing works. It took a lot longer to build it than it did to explain. A lot of it was actually world edit, though. I could really be flying fast right now. But, yeah. That's that. And, yeah, let's actually go down here, take a look at this ALU that I actually just built. This is one 12-bit ALU, and it's way smaller than this, actually. And it does and add. Not that as many functions as that. Ooh, Grayfire. No, not as many functions as that, but still 2 functions for this small and 12-bit. Outputting in binary, stackable, 3 wide, 8 tall, 16 long. With all of these, that's pretty cool. And as you can see, I creatively made the carry line. Instead of bringing it out to another XOR, I creatively made the carry line with 1 XOR. So yeah, each of these are XORs up to about here, and then we have AND gates here, and controllable AND gates, that is. Then we have output displays, lights, whatever. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm just showing you a few things right now. Just showing you some random stuff on my plot. Now, if I were to press this button, shift 2 to the right, press this button again, 2 to the right. If you press this lever, press this button, 2 to the left, to degrade, 2 inverted, I guess, 2 more, 4, 6, okay. That's the idea. And then this, if you wanted to know how I built my RAM, this is basically the exact same design as the RAM. Each cell is 8 of these, and just a lot, and just a big blur. Now, I'll give you a demonstration on this. So if you want to build this, here's the design. Not extremely gigantic. Input, nothing happens. As you can see, nothing happens. Input, right to the RAM, nothing happens. Read, that's not supposed to happen. Read, this is it. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, I inputted something, I wrote something to the RAM, and nothing happens until I read it. Yep. Sorry I made that little mistake. I made that mistake when I was trying to do the last video, and it was like this, but I thought it didn't work, and I switched it. Now it works. I will put the link. I'll put the link to the server's website in the description, and I'll put a few people that inspired me to build this in the description. Thanks for watching, and peace out, bro. Oh, yeah, Sprint mod. I'll put that in the description, too. Trust me, it's awesome. Oh, I forgot to tell you how to configure it in another video. Okay, now for real. See ya.